Well, happy Friday evening, folks. I've been out here doing a little bit of cutting on the yard. This grows up in 2 weeks. It's a foot tall. But let me show you what we got accomplished last weekend, as I'm sure y'all are curious. This tree is what I call a forever firewood tree. And as you can see, it comes out all the way out to here, which is a good, I don't know, maybe 15, 20 feet from the fence. And it goes all the way, all that brown that you see is where all those tree limbs were hanging down. And it had come all the way out to here, so that it was dropping stuff in the pool. It's my new acquisition. I just got it today. It's a pool cover, right? My buddy told me that one of the reasons why I was getting a lot of algae in my pool was because when I was cutting the grass was going in the pool. So I didn't even think about a pool cover. So I got a pool cover. So maybe that'll help a little bit, right? Just a little tip. But that tree limb was all the way out to here. And you can see, these are tree limbs, right? You can see how big they are, right? They're pretty darn big. Now, I don't know what kind of tree this is. Maybe one of y'all know. But I cut this tree all the way down to the ground in 2014. And as you can see, it's come back on both sides of the fence with a vengeance. And we're working on it, you know. We took some Bushmasters and painted it on the stumps, and we're gonna see if that's gonna kill it. But the other thing I got going on, you see all that bamboo? That bamboo is traveling underneath the ground, and it's trying to come up in my shed. So it's coming up between the wall and the inside of the shed. So I've got to get in there and clean that out and do a bunch of stuff like that. But this is a constant battle when you have bamboo. You're constantly coming out here and knocking over bamboo stumps, right? And it never stops, right? It just keeps expanding. My neighbors have got it worse than me. They got a lot more than I do. But this is what I did last weekend. All of this. And it doesn't look like much, but all we had was a saw and my little 4-inch chainsaw. And I went and I bought this when I was going to join Ed's group, you know, to put little logs in for, as you see, I've been putting the smaller pieces in it for my little tent stove. But since I can no longer afford to be going up to Ed's every month, I had to step away from that group for a while. So I decided I might as well season some wood while I'm at it. So I brought this out. It comes with a cover. I've got a cover for it. And so we put it underneath the shed, which I got to get in here and work on this too. See how that's coming down? And that's because all them leaves on the top are decomposing and making soil on top of the shed roof. We still haven't got to this pile yet. Right, so we're going to be eventually working on that pile this summer. But as you can see, my potatoes are starting to die back. So we're going to be probably coming out here in the next couple of days and taking a look, see if I got any. Right? I've actually had a squirrel in here digging. So I might have some, I might not, right? But that's what you want to look for. You want to look for them starting to fall over like that. You know, see how it's falling over like that, and then you dig it up and see what you got. I'm trying to grow something. I'm not real good at it. I do a little bit at a time, right? See, I even got bamboo all the way out here. Look at this. So it's just a matter of getting to it. And you know, with the hours I work, it's kind of hard to stay up on all this. Yeah, my property doesn't look like it's very big, but it's actually almost an acre. So our rhubarb is coming up pretty darn good. I got some huge leaves on this rhubarb. Look at that. There's some huge leaves on that rhubarb. And we got our lettuce going. So our string beans are coming up. They're not blooming yet, but it shouldn't be too much longer before they do. You know, I kind of built this trellis for them, you know, so we're going to see how they do. I've already been in here harvesting, as you can see. So, you know, our parsley is, we're doing pretty good on the parsley this year, and I think I'm just going to let the celery go. It's not doing too good. Our strawberries, you know, we've been coming out here just about every morning and getting 1 or 2 strawberries off of this. So we're happy with that. And we've also been getting raspberries, you know, but see, we got a couple right here, little raspberries, you know, and the blackberries are starting to turn, so soon they're going to be turning black and they'll be ready to eat. And that's a good little treat. And corn is coming in. You know, if you can see, I just let everything go. Once it gets to a certain point, I just let it grow. And it seems to do all right for me. I mean, I'm not a master gardener or anything. You know, my garlic is blooming, you know, and it's starting to die back. So I done got a bunch of caterpillar worms that come up in here and ate a lot of this kale. So but my sage is doing well. So I might have to start harvesting on that soon. But the chives are dying back. You know, the little flowers on the chives, they're dying back. So and as you can see, I got more garlic coming up here and there in the bed. So, but this is going like mad. This right here, you see all these blossoms? Look at this. Look at, I'm so happy about this. Look at all them blossoms, right? So I even got a tomato that came up by itself. How about that? I got 2 of them. Oh, 3 of them, 4 of them. I ain't even plant tomatoes in here. How about that? So what we got in here is we got cucumber, squash, and a watermelon. So I believe that's the watermelon. And I believe this one here is a cucumber, and then these are all, I think these 2 are squash, and then I think I got 2 cucumbers here. But elderberry is starting to blossom. Yeah, this is black elderberry, and it has spread, you know. So this is a brand new tree that came in this year right here. This is a brand new one right here. Look how tall she done got. And she's blossoming too. Right? That's a pokeweed. I cut that down. I showed a video of me cutting that down last year, and look, it's all the way out here already. And my tomatoes and my onions are blooming, and they're about ready to be dug up. But my tomatoes are starting to come in, just little tomatoes, see them? There's little tomatoes. If I can get it to focus. And they coming in. Alright. And as you see, I tried to build a trellis for it, but they broke it. But this, you got to see this. This is a sunflower. And that one's a sunflower. Look how tall them suckers are. Look at that. They're taller than the porch. And the blueberries are coming in slowly but surely. And I know they're about ready to harvest because the birds have been all up in here starting to pick them off, you know, see? They're starting to turn. And you can tell the birds have been up in here eating on them. Which I don't mind that, you know. I don't particularly care for blueberries. That's the whole reason I planted these was for the birds anyway. You know, so it just depends on what you want to do, right? I mean, this one's already been picked clean. Look at that. It's already been picked clean. So I keep the birds fed here because the birds help me with pests. And so that works out really well. I do have 1 or 2 basil coming up, but I think they're going to get shaded out by the tomato plants that are coming in. You know, I got tomatoes all in here. So, and they coming in good. You know, they're coming in real good. But I got a couple basil right there. A couple down here. They're popping out. Like I got this one here. You know, it's done spread all the way into the blueberry tree. Right? So, it is what it is. This is supposedly tomatoes. But I'm looking at it and I'm going, I don't see that being a tomato bush, right? So I'm not sure what this is, but I think we're gonna have to pull that out, because I do believe, oh, that's gonna be hard to get out of there. I do believe that's some kind of weed. Let me throw it over there. Maybe it'll grow there. But it's choking out that tomato. So, I mean, well, that's a potato. I don't even know how a potato got in there. So, that's what's going on here. And I thought I'd make a video tonight because it's cooler out and I can walk around, and you can see that I've been busy. That about killed us last weekend though. We spent 2 days cutting on this tree and chopping it down to those 8-foot logs with just that saw and that little 4-inch chainsaw I got. And the contractor that I had hired never showed up. So my neighbor came over and I paid him instead. I did get my deposit back, of course. But, you know, it goes to show you the state of affairs that we got going on in this country right now. You know, you hire somebody, you expect them to show up for work, and they never show up. And they never send you a letter, they never call you, they never do anything. This is going on more and more. And I don't understand it. You know, I grew up in a generation where we wanted to work. We wanted to go out there and be independent. And these younger kids, I don't know what's going on with them. And I'm talking younger kids, to me, is anybody under 30. Just to be clear. I don't know what's going on with them. I mean, they you know, you offer them money, you want them to come by early in the morning before it gets hot to work for a couple hours. You offer them good money. And I was offering them more than what I make an hour as a truck driver. So, you know, I wasn't trying to gyp anybody. And they never show up. I pay in cash, so I don't know what the issue is. But that seems to be prevalent, at least in my area. And this is the same with major contractors, right? You pay for an AC guy to come out, he never shows up. It's crazy. So I try and get out here in the evening because it's cooler, and I think that that's a good tip for everybody. You know, maybe you know, taking a siesta during the hottest part of the day is a good idea, and then you get out here 5, 6 o'clock at night when the temperature starts to drop, and you get a couple more hours in before the sun goes completely down. I think that's a smart idea. Do it early in the morning, right? Do it in the evening, and in the middle of the hottest part of the day, just chill out in the AC. Obviously, the last 2 weeks I haven't been able to get out here and do any weeding, so my gardens are looking overrun. But like I said, I normally just let them go anyway, and just I'm happy with 1 or 2 meals out of my gardens, you know, because most of it goes to the chickens anyway. So I'm gonna let you go because I want to go in and cool off and get a shower, because I just got done cutting the backyard. So, and I'm not completely done. I got to do weed eating around all the garden beds and around the house and the porch and around the swimming pool. But yeah, that's if anybody knows what kind of tree that is, I would like to know, because it's like a forever firewood tree, and it burns really slow. I mean, compared to an oak log in my little camp stove lasted about 2.5 hours. These darn things last. If I fill it up with these, they last 4 or 5 hours. So I don't know what kind of wood it is, but it burns real slow. The only problem is you got to have a good fire before you stack it with this wood, because it does burn so slow it can smolder itself out. So have no clue what kind of tree this is, but it definitely, you cut it and it come back even bigger. So that's what we got going on here. And you heard just a minute ago the neighbors and everything are shooting off fireworks, you know. They do that on the weekend. I mean, it is what it is. All right, we're going to let you go. Bicycle.